Oh, hey everyone, how's it going? So, yeah, I posted that video that my car was running fine again, and I probably posted it prematurely. So, what ended up happening was it was running fine. I was still getting a slight misfire on number 4, but it wasn't enough to uh, change the behavior of the motor. It was running smooth, obviously. It was running fine, so I was driving it around the block, and I had a pending fault for cylinder 4 misfire. But looking at the histogram on number 4 cylinder, it was very infrequent. So probably every 100 revolutions or every 100 fires, it would get a misfire. So not really anything to be too concerned about, at least, nothing more than a fouled up plug. So I noticed that cylinder 4 had a pending fault on there, and I was watching the graph, and the cylinder looked fine, so I went ahead and cleared out the fault. Well, as soon as that happened, then it requested the DOD to be enabled, and of course it was running fine then thereafter until DOD went to shut off, and then my cylinder 4 misfire count went through the roof, and then the sound came back. That right there to me confirms that in fact we have a lifter. Either the seal has gone bad, the guide, I'm not really exactly sure without pulling the motor apart to actually see what's going on. But that right there, it confirms to me that it is in fact a lifter. If it was a bent rod or spun bearing, then I wouldn't have been able to drive it about the 5 or 6 miles that I did before clearing out the CEL and then have it do that again, because it was running fine up until that point. I should have just let it run like it was, because DOD was off because of the CEL being on. And yes, you could say, and I've heard this plenty of times, get rid of DOD, that's fine. I planned on doing it, but I just never did. I wasn't having any problems up until this point. So anyway, the sound is back. Unfortunately, I think there's some serious blow by now, because that cylinder is now burning oil when it does fire. And actually, I can see the oil coming out of the motor. In fact, I thought the motor was actually on fire. I ran and got my fire extinguisher because I was just looking down at my phone. My son just happened to be standing in the doorway over there, and he said, "Daddy, there's a whole bunch of smoke coming out." And of course I looked up, and there it was. It was filling the entire garage. Because I was in the car, I didn't see or smell it until I opened my door. But so right there tells me that there's definitely a seal or a guide that is going bad or gone bad thanks to that last activation of displacement on demand. We all know that DOD blow-by is pretty common in these, but it's to the point where I think oil is actually just kind of falling into the cylinder now. In that case, then obviously the lifters need to be replaced. And that's something that I can do. This is all something I have to discuss with my my State Farm agent to figure out what they want to do. Because there is a possibility that they'll actually buy the parts for me, but I'm not sure at this point. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. But anyway, so I'll go ahead and give it a quick startup here real quick. I'm done talking about it. Son of a bitch. I'm getting sick of this shit. So now there's no misfire. It sounds normal again. What the hell? Ever since the last time that I did a video. Yeah, see, I'm still getting... It still sees a misfire in 7, but the motor feels fine. And I'm not seeing any smoke coming out. You would see it. I mean, I've got... it was just pouring out of the motor. Like, it was burning bad, but I'm still getting a CEL flash, which means a major misfire. Basically, it means a dead cylinder, but it doesn't feel... I mean, I know what a dead cylinder feels like, and it does not feel Look at that cylinder. Oh. No smoke. That's the only cylinder that's running cold right now. It might. That's number 7. I just wonder if it doesn't feel like it's turned it off though. You really can't see. There's no shaking in the motor at all. Trust me, I know. I've dealt with this motor long enough to know when it's got a missing cylinder, and I don't feel anything. I don't know why the CEL is still picking it up though. Well, shit. I just don't understand. Every time I go to make a YouTube video and start it up for you guys, it seems to be fixing itself. I don't know, but first thing I'm going to do is I'm unplugging that damn oil pressure sending unit, because I don't want DOD to come on at all. Not until I figure out what's going on with this thing.